Hey y'all, Rochelle here, your delightful crafter. So, while we're filming this, I am uploading my very first watercolor unboxing. That is of the Jane Davenport Neutral Palette. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Hope you stick around a spell. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, hit the subscribe button, and ding the bell next door if you want to get notifications of future videos. I want to put out there, I am not even remotely close to being even an intermediate. I'm probably less than a beginner in the watercolor world. What I know is what I've picked up from YouTube channels that I absolutely adore. I know enough to be dangerous. And yeah, so I've been collecting watercolors for a while now, and this is actually the first time I've sat down and did unboxings or swatches of the watercolors that I have here. I have more, I'm just not going to go into it right now. That's going to be more in depth once I get the craft room put together. But anyway, so down here, these are the watercolor neutrals that I swatched in the previous video. I will link to that video as well. This is on a 140 pound 300 GSM watercolor paper, and this is the swatch card that came in it. So, and they reacted completely differently, which was to be expected. In this video, we are going to do an unboxing of the Paul Ruebens. This is a Chinese brand, and this particular set is a poured half pan set where the Jane Davenports were an extruded half pan set, and they usually react differently because there's a different like manufacturing process to create them in the different forms. Anyway, so the Paul Ruebens come in a really pretty box, you know, wrapped in this pretty little, I guess what, microfiber fabric, cute little watercolor tin. This is a really reasonably priced watercolor set. Unlike the Jane Davenports that did not come with any pigment information, the Paul Ruebens did. Now everything is in Chinese, and I do not read Chinese, but they did include the names and the pigment, and so I'll try to share that with you as we go along. I'm not going to swatch on the card that it came with because we would just be here too long, and I want to make sure I keep my labels in the correct positioning with the watercolor palette. Anyway, so let's get started. I want to be able to read to you the colors as I swatch them. I'm going to do this. So I don't know a lot about watercolor palettes, but I think this is pretty nice. You've got 4 mixing sections here on this side, and then you have 5 over here on this side. This comes, I want to say this is 24 or 36 half pans, and honestly I didn't pay attention. I think it's 24. These are all the colors that come from the Paul Ruebens line, and for being a very inexpensive watercolor set, they're supposed to behave pretty much like some artist grade watercolors. Oh shoot, I didn't get clean water. Sorry guys. Hold on. Shame on me. We will just kind of rotate those. Move those out of the way. Those are the wrappers from the Jane Davenports. And yeah. So I think we're gonna operate this way, I think. Let's see. Let's do a little pre-activating here. These are supposed to be some, you know, of the reviews I've seen, some really nice watercolors for the price. I want to get some little like water droppers. Some people get a spray bottle and just spray it to pre-activate the colors, but I think that's messy, and I want to keep them pretty. I mean, you know, most watercolorist professionals, there's nothing pretty about their palettes. They are absolute messes. I have this thing about my stuff always looking new. Regardless of how much it's used. But that's me. Now, if you looked at my craft room, that's another story. That's, well, as we know, we're in the process of packing and getting ready for the IKEA that's coming in on the 2nd of February. Super excited about that. You guys are probably getting tired of me talking about it. I know my husband is. For those who aren't familiar with watercolors, it's important. Why it's important to know the pigment color is the more pigments that you have to make a color, you really want to go with colors that are like a single or maybe a double, you know, maybe 2 different pigments to make up the color, because when you start mixing it with other colors, the more pigments you have between the two can really like create mud. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose of, you know, what we're trying to do here. So with this, we're going to start with, this is, I covered it up, Permanent Lemon Yellow. That's what, oh, wow, this is not a good step. We're going to have to go like this. We're going to go with a full tone, a mass tone. Then we're gonna see if we can't get a nice little wash. Okay, the next one is cadmium yellow medium. I don't think we're gonna be able to get all of these on this side like I want. This third one is an Indian yellow. I am liking these colors. This one is cadmium red light. The reason why I'm kind of coming off to the side and then meeting in the middle is I want to see how the pigments move. Gosh darn it. This next one is called Scarlet. Oh shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. Oh, that's pretty. That's like lipstick red. So, I don't believe these are a honey based. M. Graham, I want to say, I think Daniel Smith. There's quite a few out there that are gum based. There's gum Arabic based, honey based. That's what I meant to say. That's what I wanted to say. Honey based. M. Graham and some of the other ones out there are honey based, and so they always stay tacky. They never fully dry. But it gives a completely different, like working with them is completely different. I don't know if that makes sense. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, is Permanent Violet. That doesn't look like Permanent Violet to me. I guess it is. The next one is Cobalt Blue. When you go with like quality watercolors, it's important to know that they can be, I want to say it's like the Cobalt, the cadmiums. They have, part of the pigments are kind of, I guess you can say, dangerous. So they suggest you be very careful when you're working with them. You don't want to, some people actually go out of their way to avoid those type of pigments, but I think they're pretty. Oh, I have to try that a little more. This next one is called Sky Blue. No. I'm just playing, I love Lauren Daigle, and so I just have my Google playing, and right now it's Christmas music, which is fine because we all know how much I love Christmas. This last one is called Sea Blue, and that's a really, really deep, oh no, don't ruin my paper. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted, darn it. Sorry guys. This is why I had to break the videos up. I was not aware that it was gonna take this long, but I should, oh, that's beautiful. Alright, so now we are off to the next row of paints. The first one is Prussian Blue. I am really excited to see this one. I love blues, and that's gorgeous. Add some water in there. Put that out and then see how, isn't that beautiful, guys? That's gorgeous. Next one is, this is Payne's Gray. I believe Payne's Gray is supposed to be like a good shading, like adding it and like toning down your color, I think. Again, if you are familiar or, you know, more, you do a lot of working with watercolor, please correct me. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. We're going to yellow green now. That's green, all right. Not a very bright colored person. This one is called Tree Green. Again, this one is Hooker's Green Bright Light? Brilliant? Not quite sure. Gosh darn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's deep. Hooker's Green is supposed to be really popular with those who do a lot of like flowers. Oh man. This one is Emerald Green Deep. Okay, now I'm making a mess, guys. I am really sorry. Oh, that's beautiful. This next one is Yellow Ochre. If my head's getting in the way, I'm sorry. I'm trying to like read, trying to keep myself from making a mess, which, as we can see here, I'm not doing a very good job. Then we have Pazuli Red Ochre. Sorry. Then we have Umber just did the wrong one. This is just umber. I love how they move. There's a word for that, and I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. This is called burnt sienna. This is the next one. Okay. So that's a really staining color. Then we have burned brown. I love this Christmas song and I want to sing it, but we're not Christmas now, and so I don't want to. A lot of people are like, we're done with Christmas, I don't want to hear it. So, I like that. And then this last one is coal black. A lot of watercolorists do not like whites and blacks. Because apparently most blacks come from the burnt ashes of bones from animals, and so they don't encourage that because, you know, it's your, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So let's see, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 colors here that are single pigment, which is pretty awesome. I think this set I only paid like maybe 20 bucks for. Then there is, what, one, hold on. 1, 2 that are 2 pigments, and then 1 that is 3 pigments, and 1 that has 4 pigments in it. So the tree green has 4 pigments, the yellow green has 2, Payne's gray has 3, umber is 2, and tree green, no, that's 4. Yellow green is 2. So I should be able to get a ton of different combinations using these colors. I'm not good with color theory, guys. I have to study that. I loved art, but I didn't really retain any of that information from high school. That's the last time I took, well, no, I took the study of like art history in college, but I didn't have to do any painting or anything like that. But this is the Paul Rubens, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a set of 24. I think I paid like 20 something dollars. Some very beautiful colors. Much different from the Jane Davenport's. And I'm not seeing any granulation in these particular watercolors, and I'll point that out in the next video when I do the swatch on the Daniel Smith, because they should work a lot different because they're actual, it's the Primatech line, and so they're supposed to have like an iridescent quality. They're made from genuine semi-precious gemstones. So yeah. Oh, this is one thing. When you are doing watercolor, if you're new, never close your watercolors up right away. You want them to dry out completely before closing them up and putting away, because you don't want them to get like mildew and all that stuff. But again, if I excluded stuff, please let me know. Like I said, I am a total novice to watercolor. I have very limited knowledge from the channels that I do follow on YouTube. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, even though there's not a lot in here. Again, these are the Paul Rubens set of 24. This is the Jane Davenport neutrals. My next video, I'm going to be showing the Daniel Smith Primatech set of 6, plus I picked up 3 additional colors from Dick Blick that I'm going to share with you. Those are tube colors. These were extruded pans and these were poured pans. And yeah, so that will be next, and I will see you shortly. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, happy crafting, y'all. Bye-bye.